Welcome back to Let's Talk Steelers from Cigars International here in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania. Don't forget to get some parking chair vodka from the bartender to go. Have you had the pierogies here yet? They're awesome. All the food here, I mean, it's really good. You could have a cigar, you could eat food, you can drink vodka, you could, I don't know what you do. All right, I want to talk about this chitty bang bang dunk and dink offense that showed up in Chicago. I'll hand it off to you first.
Well, I think when you look at it, you got DK Metcalf. Yeah, he goes out and he gets 5 catches, 8 targets, but 22 yards. That's 4.4 yards per catch. And he's your stud. He's the guy you went out in this offseason. He's going to be your big playmaker. 4.4 yards per catch is not good enough. And if you look at the Steelers, anyone that had more than one catch, so 2 catches or more, Darnell Washington was leading with 11 per reception. Then you had 11, 9, 7, 5, and 4 was their average. When you go look at the Bears, guys that had more than 1 catch, theirs are 17, 15, 14, 12, and 12.
Where they're supposed to.
So that the yards per reception is much higher. The ball, whether it's getting pushed downfield or guys are getting the ball in space and getting yards after the catch with their legs. But the thing is DK Metcalf, 5 catches, 22 yards. He's not getting in space. He's not getting down the field. And it's a little bit of a disappointment.
I've said it before, Arthur Smith is just in the line of Todd Haley, Fichtner, Matt Canada. He's your next horrible offensive coordinator.
They took some shots. A
50-50 jump ball is not a shot.
But like to your point,
a slant to the post is a shot.
You're wanting those you got the play action. You had the run game going. Jaylen Warren had a good game. Gainwell had a good game. Now you got to utilize that play action pass and attack that middle of the field. Get the linebackers up, get the safeties back. Do we have the guy that can take the top of the coverage off so you can get that? So you can get the fake. You can get the linebackers up with the fake because the play action run game, because the run game is going a little bit, or the run game's hitting more on the edges. That's what you do notice. You're not seeing the run game up the middle as much. It's more edge run game, but still, you can still get those linebackers up. It's just you have someone to take the top off to get the safety back so you can get that intermediate level open. And if you don't, it's gonna be hard fighting. You gotta take some of those shots down the middle of the field on some posts and soften them up. Not on the outside on the sideline where a defender can actually use that sideline as the 12th defender. And if a receiver doesn't do a great job of stacking the DB, which just means cutting him off and giving the quarterback room, now it has to be that perfect throw, the perfect timing. And if you're a little late with a backup quarterback, again, you don't get the reps that the other guys do get. And so the timing's off a little bit. I thought Mason, he either could have cut it loose a little further, or he could have got it out just a half second quicker so the receivers weren't slowing down for it. But again, that's a much harder throw than throwing a deep post down the middle of the field where you can kind of throw it to a space and let a guy go make a play.
Mike Tomlin, there is a middle of the field. Arthur Smith, there is a middle of the field. You played under Andy Reid with the Eagles. If Andy Reid knew that the Bears were down to 3rd and 4th team inside linebackers, what would he have done? He would have attacked them, I'm assuming, with tight ends like Darnell Washington. He would have attacked the A and B gaps, wouldn't he have, Mike? Well, or would you just go, they're down to their 3rd and 4th team? This couldn't be vulnerable.
Well, Coach Reid always looks for those mismatches. He always looks for who are his playmakers?
14 linebackers, a mismatch on Zach Frazier.
How do they get their playmakers the football and getting it to him early? I was very fortunate to have Terrell Owens on our team, great player. And I remember sitting down every Saturday morning. Andy Reid was like, hey, we got to get T.O. X amount of touches on that first series. We're scripting the first 15 plays. This ball's got to go to T.O. We got to almost force feed him. We got to manufacture some motions, some shifts, something where you get the one-on-one matchup so that ball is definitely going to, because he's going to win a one-on-one matchup. And that's the thing. And then the other thing was, we had Brian Westbrook at the time, an elite running back, an elite route runner who could catch the ball out of the backfield and get those mismatches. You're just not seeing guys winning those one-on-ones the way they need to be or they're not manufacturing it. I don't know. But there's a little something off right now.
Look, you see that Darnell Washington is a weapon. You're down to your third and fourth string linebackers. Let him eat, let him go to work, destroy those linebackers, destroy the middle of the field with those quick passes, attack those linebackers. You got Gainwell, you got another great running back in Jaylen Warren. Attack those linebackers. Get those third, fourth team linebackers so discombobulated you can attack with a well-articulated offense, not the chitty, bang, bang, dunk and dink Arthur Smith offense.
Well, you saw
that he took into Chicago.
They try to confuse the running backs, the linebackers a little bit with the shifts and the motions.
How'd it work?
But
who won the game?
But the problem
How many points did you put up?
The problem was, to me, is the players, again, coaches can give you scheme, but the players have to execute. And the thing is, when you do the shifts and motions, they talked about that on the broadcast. So we're going to try to make those linebackers communicate and struggle communicating with each other. But the problem is the players didn't lock in, and when the shifts and motions, they didn't get into a proper legal formation, and penalties will hurt you at times.
I'll tell you what a scheme isn't. It's not getting Spencer Anderson out there and making him a part of a run package, play after play after play. Broderick Jones has now got your starting quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knocked out. Mr. Arthur Smith, listen to me. Take Spencer Anderson and put him at left tackle. End of this garbage of all the nonsense.
Again, I thought the offense, very early in the game, I thought they did some really good things. They were pulling out all the stops, had a couple trick things. You had the split zone with the big Darnell Washington on the end. I mean, absolutely annihilated.
Freiermuth had a
early
great catch.
in the game, they did a really good job. I think what happens is when you got late in that game, you were forced to rely on your quarterback. Obviously, this is his first start back in over a year. So, someone's got to step up and help him out and make a play when the game's on the line. I thought early in the game, the offensive scheme was pretty solid. In that fourth quarter, though, it kind of went a little dry.
I'm going to dig up some turf from my backyard and send it to Mike Tomlin that says this is what the middle of the field looks like. We'll be right back to Let's Talk Steelers right after this.
Who is that man